Guys, DL3, Mikey Rocks with the cock, and Homie the Homie in the studio. EP4, right?
Five.
EP5. See, we're five.
See, we can't even keep up.
5 deep on them. We're here. Had a lot. We've been, a lot of things that have happened, but we're here again.
Yes, sir. We're back. We're back again. Like we haven't left.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We here.
But it's cool because we've recorded a lot more, and now to actually see the episodes out, I think it's pretty cool. Like we came up with this idea last spring, last summer. And to see us do the episodes and work on the episodes, it's been fun. So
well, shit, we weren't even supposed to even put out an episode. Remember, we were gonna wait.
Right.
We started.
I think we first talked about spring break, so middle of March. We ended up coming out a little bit early. So
this might be a little irrelevant, but did you know that for any, I guess, business or startup or any really endeavor, especially this is a hobby right for now, but
give me that SBA loan if that's where you're headed.
But you know that it takes at least 3 to 5 years for anything to pick up steam. And I feel like a lot of podcasters do. They get discouraged by numbers, and they forget why they started it to begin with.
Yeah,
they get caught up in the metrics.
Well, that's like old radio shows,
Right.
I mean, those kept going forever. People would catch on, and
exactly.
Got to keep it going. You don't know who's listening.
And that's something we talked about too, right? Is you can't expect to just hit gold right away. These first episodes might, we might get not that many listeners, but a year from now, someone might come across and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Good.
That's important to have a catalog.
Yeah.
I always talk to my artists about it. Bro, if you're going to release something, it's cool to release little singles and just independent bodies of work, but to have a whole ass concept behind say an album or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and having those multiple songs so that if you do hit, people could have something to go back to.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're blessed to have a platform to talk shit.
Yeah, and that's all it is, just talking shit. But in a couple years or in a couple months, someone might find something and be like, oh shit, that's funny, or I can relate to that, or that's happened to me. And
or I want to look back at it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, because even if it's something that we never gain steam, but we have fun doing it, then
exactly.
Then what? Yeah. There's no harm in that. It's not like we came into this and said we got to make X amount of money.
But let's make a pact right now.
I'm not even doing it for the money though.
Yeah, let's make a pact right now
clean
to not give up until at least we hit the 3 to 5 year mark. Yeah. And obviously, I don't think we'll ever give up, but let's just make that promise right now.
Yeah, I'm down.
Come on. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
There it is. We'll do the blood pack later.
Well, with David, we'll do the semen pack.
You heard that, honey? 3 to 5 years.
This is a long-term investment, baby.
But
we need a budget.
Oh, and shout out to Gleam Clean, man. They came through. We literally have 10 listeners, and
Gleam Clean.
We already got a fucking sponsor deal, bro.
Let's go.
Although I've been getting some messages that Gleam Clean, they might be money laundering front, so we might need to check our fucking.
They're part of that Temu.
But we're locked in, so we might have to check out and vet our investors next time.
You can make as many LLCs as you want nowadays. So.
Hey, we don't know who's funding it. We just know we got.
We got Gleam Clean on our back, so that's all we care about. And you better check it out, though.
Gleam Clean.
Come into your nearest toilet.
And I think we might have a new sponsor on the way, so y'all keep an eye out, keep an ear out, whatever. But Gleam Clean, shout out Gleam Clean. I love that shit. I love that product.
Gleam Clean.
All right, Omi, but what do you got for us today? What do you want to talk about?
There's a lot of stuff, man. We're in the homies corner right now, and my corner or my section here in the show is going to be really related to music, just what's going on in the music thing, any up and coming artists. And this is not just isolated to one type of genre. It's every genre out there, right? So
yeah.
I listen to everything. I try to listen to everything. I try to discover artists before they blow up.
And culture stuff too, right?
Yeah, stuff that's related to it. They're from the culture. Man, recently I've been really interested by this Mexican artist, cumbia artist. His name's Yair Saldivar, and he's from Matamoros, Tamaulipas. And bro, he's been going viral. He's been on TikTok, everywhere.
Well, all 10 of our listeners, like, they don't know what you just said, so
Yeah, no, for
nah,
sure.
but tell us a little bit more about him. Let's hear
Yeah.
about him.
So he, like I said, what he's doing, he's generating a new genre. He's really like laying the foundation for this thing called belly cumbias. What that is, bellico is like military,
Yeah.
which military now is synonymous with the cartels and stuff
Yeah,
like
so
that.
like paramilitary type.
Yeah, so if y'all ever look him up, Yair Saldivar, you'll see that he's like dressed
How do you
yeah,
spell
like a
his, how do you
cartel.
spell his name?
Yahir. He'll come up like Saldivar is after that.
And
But
where'd you say he's from again?
Matamoros, Tamaulipas. That's a state that's the border with the U.S.
Okay.
Nuevo Laredo. People are more familiar with that city.
So he's a border baby.
He's a border baby. Hey, there he is.
Shout out, baby.
Yair Saldivar.
I feel like he sounds more like Masore. So.
Even a Tejano like feel.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now what he's doing with this is like he's bringing those old school cumbia beats back into the forefront, and then he's just spitting like some super
Some
like
corridos on it.
kind of it's like gangster cumbia.
Okay.
Belly cumbia really means gangster cumbia.
He sounds young.
He is young. He's hella young. He is. But
How would you like? How does he compare to someone like Peso Pluma?
so that's a great comparison because people are already some people in TikTok and stuff like that, some influencers have said that this guy's going to overtake that market, or not necessarily that market, but in terms of like popularity, like because they have never seen someone besides Peso Pluma catch that notoriety so quickly. You know what I mean?
Break the cycle.
Yeah. Now, well, I mean, give him like an alternative because Peso Pluma is more like he is like Irvin, but he's already very polished. You know what I mean? This guy is straight just himself.
Like
and
he's more. I don't want to say hood, but more street.
more street, and people love that authenticity.
Yeah, but I feel
authenticity. I can't
I
say
feel
that
like
fucking word.
Peso was like that too.
At some point, yeah,
Until
for
he blew
sure.
up, and
Yep.
But how are their music styles? What's the difference between those two? Like,
So
break that down.
no, for sure. So Peso Pluma is more like narco corrido, but also more with like a popish reggaeton beats and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more mainstream because that's a genre that people are more familiar with, you know. But Yair Saldivar is really like he's bringing that old school feel, but with new school lyrics. You know, talking about how he's like patrolling. But that's the thing. His persona is like a cartel member, dog.
Yeah.
And that's kind of something that worries me because and the reason why I've been like so heavily on him, and this is kind of fucked up, but and I don't wish this on dude,
He's gonna be a panita de Culiacan.
but I just don't. I hope he doesn't get caught up in no crazy shit because what he's talking about is real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if he's already gone this mainstream, I'm sure he has a permission slip. You know what I'm saying?
The thing that that's kind of
I don't think they would let anybody get that big and sit him down.
I'm sure they already did.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he has blessings from some people because even in his videos, if y'all look him up, man, he's toting like guns. Obviously, they're props. You can tell that they're plastic.
Yeah.
But you're still like repping that lifestyle.
The props. Okay, YouTube and TikTok, the props.
Yeah, they have. And the thing is, he doesn't have those disclaimers on his videos. He needs to do that, bro.
Well, he's from Mexico.
Well, he doesn't have to. I think it's a different country.
Just assume.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't everybody have a gun over there?
You just gotta have a VPN.
You have to.
You just gotta have a VPN nowadays.
I don't think that's
Right.
gonna stop you from being taken down by
What's
YouTube.
that related to, Dave?
No, I mean,
The surge in VPN.
Why did you get that VPN? You were asking me about it the other day. What VPN service did I use?
I never got a VPN. I would never pay for one.
Educate the folks what a VPN is, Bison.
VPN will give you access to basically private internet, right? So if you're out there, you're using public Wi-Fi, switch on a VPN, and it'll protect your information essentially, and you'll have your own internet access where people can't essentially steal your info. So
It hides your IP address, right?
hides it, and I think
Yeah.
changes it.
So the reason I got mine was because last year when I went to Colombia, like I wanted to watch fucking Cruz Azul games and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And my Fubo doesn't work over there unless you have a VPN.
Yeah.
Because if you are outside of the bounds of the U.S., they're like, you're not paying for like an international package.
Well,
So
and
it's a loophole.
and there was a surge in VPNs right here in Texas where we're at because of
no comment.
Yeah, because a lot of websites went down, and so people were like, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do? We got to get a VPN so we could connect to these websites." And I think Dave was the front runner and the sponsor of that. Like,
he started his own VPN company.
He was the front of that movement.
Y'all are paying monthly for a VPN.
I pay yearly. It's like $35.
I'm giving fuck. Yeah.
PIA private
I
internet
pay like
access.
$11 a month. It's fucked.
I mean, I feel like even AT&T just put out an article. They actually fucking leaked a lot of people's information. What got hacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to change your info on your password, and
right.
I mean everybody's getting hacked, and I blame China for that. Yeah. China's stealing our info. That's why we're not going to be on TikTok anymore. So
yeah,
I'm joking.
We wanted this.
I don't even give a shit. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, everybody has our fucking info. You buy something on Amazon, they got your info. Alexa got your info.
Sure.
Siri, whatever the version of that is over there on fucking Android, they got your info.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what people
Google Play. So
yeah, exactly. If you're not doing any dirt, like, what does it matter to you?
Yeah. I mean, most of us just use it for harmless shit, buying stuff, looking at stuff. So
for sure.
Or if you want to see me beat my meat, then enjoy.
I mean, look, the U.S. government,
pay me at least.
The U.S. government is already, they already fucking know what we're up to. So it's not like, it's not news to anybody.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's a concern, right? You might not be doing something now, but if you fuck up later in life, man, you have that whole trail.
Yeah, like
digital trail.
I got to make sure my family never commits crimes because they'll track them down with Ancestry, They'll be like, there's this Jewish banshee on the loose, like.
The banshee.
So
and he went to feast.
And he kissed his dog before he committed the crime. Like,
oh my god,
strange.
You won't be hard to find, banshee.
Oh my god.
Well, what did you say? You said you wanted to do semen donation, right?
Oh shit.
Semen DNA. You wanted to send in your semen.
No.
I heard you say that.
Well,
you want to be?
I don't think by a swab is that accurate.
You want to be a donor?
No, I don't want to be a donor.
Oh.
Would y'all do that? Donate your semen?
I'd have to be getting paid a grip, man.
I don't know. That'd be kind of hard. I wouldn't want to have like 8 different Davids running around.
Maybe if it was.
Well, they wouldn't be yours, but I mean they'd be from you, but not.
I mean,
you're not responsible for them.
Maybe if I knew that they were not gonna be living close to me.
Yeah, like like either across the country
thing.
or
even interstate.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be my one condition.
Yeah. I don't know why you need to do all that semen shit. Just adopt, don't shop.
No, I'm saying, would you donate your semen for people who need like
adopt,
assistance?
People pay thousands of dollars just to get eggs in them.
Yeah.
There's a process for it.
Well, I'm not gonna pretend to know I know that process or how it works, but I mean, I would donate my semen. I'd donate it out there.
What would your wife think?
I mean, I would just donate. It's not like I'm impregnating these people on my own.
Yeah, but it has to be made so she knows that.
My wife's never gonna know that I'm never gonna know who the kid is.
Yeah, but you still have to make it, right? So
no,
I think your wife's gonna be okay with you beating off to somebody else.
I'm not beating off to somebody else. I just go into a room and.
Well, at those places they have porn magazines.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You think your wife's
I'm not beating off to the people who are gonna be using my sperm.
That'd be weird as fuck.
So it's harmless.
How do y'all feel about like people that are like surrogates? Like the women that actually have the kid.
Well, I don't want to go down that.
All right, we're gonna keep it fun, funky.
I don't mind. I don't mind surrogacy.
Fun and funky.
But we ain't gonna go down that road because we might all end up arguing today.
Tonight, yeah, no, I gotta go home at some point.
Yeah, we gotta go home early tonight. So
shout out the wives.
We'll do. You know what? We'll do a serious political talk in a couple episodes. Once the people know us a little bit better, we'll do that.
Yeah. Sure.
Let's talk about this conspiracy theory of this damn bridge.
Oh yeah, let us know, Dave. So what? I mean, so give us some background.
There's don't credit me, MLA me, or APA me. Or,
Well, we're not going to
That's
cite
pretty
you.
good. Look at you.
That is pretty good. We
So-
won't cite you.
don't
Yeah.
sign me. But there's some weird shit about it. You know,
Yeah.
the thing lost power. Then they got video of all these bombs that not only was the impact.
So there's
there
explosion.
was explosion, and that it was planned. And
who are they blaming it on?
everybody right now. I mean,
Didn't our homie say it was ISIS?
You got ISIS, you got Russia.
I think they even said Trump did it.
They said terrorists. It was a terrorist attack. You know, they don't. Whatever. But
And how did this like conspiracy theory start? Like, how did it?
Oh, the people, because the people are like, what the fuck?
They thought the video was funny.
Yes. No,
Not funny, but I'm saying like it was suspicious.
Yeah, because how does a bridge of that nature literally knock down from? I mean, hitting it like just like that, right?
Well, I mean the ship is tons,
So of course you had all the people, engineers, and all these conspiracy theories be like, that doesn't make sense. So as people were putting out videos, of course they were being dissected.
Yeah.
I think with this tragedy, people want to like
People, yeah.
have a reasoning as to why it happened. It takes years to investigate those things, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
What I mean?
and not only that does it take years, but we're never gonna know the full truth,
Well, no, I think,
Right.
or at least that's what we're led to believe.
I don't think it takes years. I think they prolong it years so people get off the topic. You forget about it.
Yeah, like the timing of the release of info.
Because then
You're
something
right.
else big's gonna happen, and that's an afterthought.
Right.
It doesn't take years, bro. Technology, that ship carrying all that. That's not just a ship with a motor in it. That's a ship.
No,
with
it's a cargo ship, yeah.
With all the technology in it. I mean, if they can predict a storm, then they can predict a bridge.
But
For sure.
I think one of the things I heard was like it was the computers on board were like hacked and stuff, so it caused it to basically, no one could control it. So
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Regardless of what it was definitely tampered with.
yeah, by somebody, we just don't know who. Well, I think
So y'all think it was like a intentional thing, or it was just? I think it was like an accident.
Yeah. I don't think it was an accident. I think it could have gone any other way, but I don't think it was an accident. I definitely think it was planned.
Well, and it's funny too because we've had a lot of things going on with our technology, like AT&T, the service went out for half a day for some people, and just around the U.S. there's reports of
Side note on that, you know what AT&T gave back for that
$5 credit
$5
For what again?
for being out of
their outage.
Like I have cricket. I don't know about noise.
So
They run off the AT&T towers.
they were out
Dang, that's wild.
for like half a day, and then you get emails like, "Sorry for the inconvenience. Here's $5 back." I'm like, bitch, you charged me like $18 a gig.
Yeah, add a zero or a couple zeros to that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, but
Come on
we're
now.
talking nationwide, so I mean that's a big
Well,
payout.
that's what I'm
$5.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not. Things are AI technology is getting advanced.
But I guess what I'm like what you're saying is the timing of this is suspicious, and I agree because this shit with AT&T. I mean, there's been other things, Facebook and Instagram. I know they're the same, but people have been complaining that they've been getting kicked out. They can't log in. Like it's just all this stuff
Yeah.
is going out, and we're having all these issues.
Yeah.
So all this timing, it just seems suspect to me. I'm not saying I believe the conspiracy theory, yes or no. Like everything just seems suspicious, but I think that's just coincidence sometimes, and it's hard to decipher.
I honestly think it just boils down to negligence. Like there's gonna be either a contractor that didn't do their maintenance, or even maybe the local government wasn't keeping shit up to code.
Oh, there's going to be a
there's so much
scapegoat on.
infrastructure that is just outdated.
Yeah.
We're blessed that we live in a city that is flourishing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're also screwed because there's a bunch of fucking things being, roads being fixed, highways being shut down, and I mean because we're growing so fast, we got to keep expanding, and it slows.
Those ships, their laws get
Yeah,
picked up every day.
for sure.
As the boats advance, water, sea advance. Those boats gotta follow rules. Those rules, that's just what it is. But
And maybe it was just a simple oversight, like someone didn't, do something they were supposed to do. And I mean, it's just, but I agree. There's just a lot of suspect stuff going on, and the timing's too close together to think it's just coincidence. So
Some people are just cloud chasing, the same way that there's like makeup influencers and they get tons of, you know, views and stuff like that by the stuff that they
Yeah, but
promote.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but
same
if
stuff.
but if people don't continue to do that, then we're gonna keep people at ease. We want to keep the higher ups on their toes. Like,
Yeah,
hey, you know what I mean? Like, we got to keep them on their toes.
for sure.
If they don't, you know what I mean, talk about it, or if we don't
Challenge it.
challenge it, well, then it's gonna be all whatever.
yeah, well, and I totally am on board. Like
Excuse me.
things have to be challenged, but not everything has to be challenged. Or you got to pick and choose what things are going to be challenged. Like what things are worth it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think
That's one of them.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that social media and people pick and choose, but they
Yeah.
This is a big one. It's not a small thing.
No, I know, but I'm saying like
this is one that you can't sweep under the rug. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, this has affected a whole
well
state.
people, yeah, and you know the thing is with social media, like it's got a lot of pros, but it also has a lot of cons, and people will take anything and try to politicize it, or
For sure.
you know they will take anything that's
I mean,
happening.
the facts is that migrant workers were the ones that died, right? So the fact that people are coming together and saying this is a bad thing, that's good because there's so much division right now that at least people are saying let's raise questions about this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? RIP to those folks.
Yeah.
You know, they're hard worker dudes that take a lot of jobs that people don't really want to do. But you know what I mean? Like the fact that they're focusing on their humanity as opposed to their entry to this industry or whatever it is. You know,
Yeah, but that's
it's
just
kind of cool.
yeah. But that's just one group. You know, I mean,
For sure.
I don't feel like they're forgetting about those people. I think they're
Yeah.
That's
What-
one of the reason why they're escalating this.
And you gotta remember too, we're in an election year, so they're gonna try to shift the needle one way or the other. So
For sure.
whenever something happens, whether you're pro, for it or against it, people are always gonna try to make the story fit whatever they want it to be.
Yeah. of
And
course,
because
of course.
it's election year, they're
Yeah.
gonna try to sway people's minds, and
Oh, for sure.
that's the only thing that sucks is that we live in that kind of a society.
divisive type of society.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Well, shit, man. Let's pivot over to something a little bit more lighthearted, man.
Yeah, let's do some lighthearted shit.
What do you think about this P Diddy stuff?
What
What a pivot.
P Diddy.
Oh,
P.
what did he do?
Diddy,
That's-
brother love,
That's Pidgey Diddy.
no Diddy.
Pidgety. Well, he was definitely picking up people in the white Sprinter van. So,
Allegedly.
well,
Once
he
again-
fled. So,
Once again, celebrity, a
Yeah.
whole nother level, a whole nother world.
Different world, the different rules.
You
But-
know, Bieber's been licking that ass since he was a young.
whose ass?
P Diddy's.
Bieber's been licking P Diddy's ass.
How many licks does
Jesus
it take
Christ.
to get to the middle?
I don't want to know that. I mean, only Bieber could answer that apparently. So,
P Diddy, you know, hey, that's his preference, bro.
well,
his preference,
he was
dog.
diddling somebody. So, I mean, someone got touched and someone got, I don't want to make a joke of that because people got fucked. No, wrong choice of words, but someone got
Screwed over.
harmed.
I just think if you want to get bottom to the business, bring in the wives, dog. Bring in the exes.
And so, but
Yeah.
how did all this drop? Because a former partner of his, right, kind of.
An in-house
like-
producer, he filed like a 73-page lawsuit against him, alleging a whole lot of stuff. And it's not just Diddy; it's like his fixers,
This real quick.
his executive assistants and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing investigation. You want to hold it right there?
No, we'll keep it rolling.
Okay.
We'll roll without him. But so, I guess my thing is, who else is wrapped up in it? Like, I know, we've heard Meek Mill. I mean, Diddy
So-
himself, but who else is wrapped up in it?
Going off of there's multiple complaints. That's the thing, right? The most prevalent one, and I was telling y'all earlier before we started rolling that this complaint from a producer named Rodney Jones.
Uh huh.
I've never seen pleadings. I've never seen a complaint be filed with pictures on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. Maybe it's something that's allowed in New York. But
And what kind of pictures were on there?
some of them are
Like
pretty
explicit?
pretty graphic, bro. Like,
Shit.
the aftermath of like shootings, possibly, allegedly. There's some pretty compromising pictures of Diddy, like in the bed with I don't know who that person is. They have like a pillow over their head, but it's rowdy, man. There's
Back in
some
this.
that are just like out of context. They're just
Yeah.
like random pictures, but there's some that are like, wow.
Well, and then people were making I mean, rightfully so. People were pointing out that he adopted like a young female.
Yeah, so that's one of the allegations for sure.
Yeah.
But there was an interesting take that I recently saw on TikTok. It was this lady, and she was just ranting about how a lot of at least the people that were adults that are, like for instance, like this Rodney Jones individual, right? And this is not my opinion. This is not my personal opinion. Like I said, this is a rant that went viral out there from a lady, and she was basically saying that all the adults that were involved, like this was not their first rodeo in terms of being around Diddy and knowing
What he does.
that entailed, So her whole angle was that a lot of these people were concerned with like career advancement, and that was part of it. Like Diddy is the plug in terms of like music, being a mogul.
Yeah.
And he has
And-
the funds now.
What does that remind you of? The R. Kelly story.
Yeah, but R. Kelly's not like a billionaire.
But and also, I don't think R. Kelly was
He
like,
didn't get the opportunity because they stopped him in his tracks.
well, rightfully so. But I also don't
But
think
that
he
was
was
the
involved
same-
with like, I
No.
guess, human trafficking.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Isn't that what
that's
Diddy?
that's the biggest
The human
like,
trafficking.
allegation, which will probably turn into like a RICO of some sort.
Yeah, but human trafficking is when you're humans going against their will, right?
Yeah, and
that and the underage factor. So
Well-
like the thing that I brought up was the fact that lady's commenting on the adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the adults being like producers, engineers, other rappers, other stuff like that are mentioned. Some of the names are redacted, but there's some people on here that were either facilitators of it, fixers, assistants, and stuff like that. Even his employees are like implicated in it. But there's something to be said about what they're like withholdings too, because you brought it up earlier, the timing of the release of information for any investigation.
Yeah.
It's definitely a strategic thing, because okay, these are like the things that a person is alleging. Now let's start to like, back that up.
but this whole thing's gonna go on for like years.
No. Trump will get in office and he'll pardon him.
I don't think Trump will pardon him.
That's the thing, those New York folks, man,
He'll be pardoned, dog.
I
different.
don't think he'll pardon this one. Like, but if let's say it does go, to court. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously something has to happen.
yeah,
There's all this. They wouldn't have done what they did, the raid,
The
and all,
raid,
yeah,
exactly.
if they didn't have,
which
a cause.
means warrants.
yeah. So how long?
Conspiracy alert.
So how long does the process like take to actually get this man in court?
It depends because
Because it could go on years, I would assume, because
Oh,
there's
of
just so
course.
many moving pieces to this. Like he's just
and
at
I'm
the
sure
top.
Diddy
or-
has a whole legal department.
oh yeah,
They're gonna do a lot of maneuvering to
So-
delay,
So let's
strategize.
remember this conspiracy and take it for what it is. Remember 3 or 4 months ago, the shooting of Tupac and all that shit had happened, and they were blaming Diddy, and this guy was coming out saying Diddy.
well, I mean,
What happened to that? Nobody's talking about that.
that,
now.
that guy got found guilty.
Well, yeah, but then all this shit came out, right?
Yeah,
So was that a ploy, a cover up?
I mean, maybe it was a means to open up, like, get more info on. I mean, I couldn't tell you, but I mean, I just think that he's guilty of something.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he's not.
There's smoke. There's a smoking
yeah,
gun for sure.
there's fire,
Yeah.
and so
Something is burning around here.
so what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Like, if he's found guilty, if he's found
Alright.
guilty, what should be the punishment? Because now,
Well, is there going to be a punishment? That's really the thing, right? Any of us, John Doe's, if we're running any sort of rink like this, that investigation is like streamlined, right? Because we don't have the resources likely to
defend
delay,
us, yeah.
to defend, to ask about this, ask about that.
yeah, but
whereas-
we're talking human trafficking, so I think it magnifies it a little bit more, and there's going to be more like
The guy who was driving the 18-wheeler that killed all those people in back of that thing, right?
Yeah,
Here
here in San Antonio, yeah.
That came and went, right?
Well, yeah, but he's in jail.
Yeah, but I mean, this is different. This is going to be treated different.
But and that's what I'm saying. But there's more eyes on it. There's public pressure going to be
more
put
eyes,
on this.
but there's more money on it.
But there's more public pressure on a case like this because it's a high profile person. So
exactly.
So if he's found guilty of human trafficking, like what do you think a punishment would be?
He'll go to prison. You know,
because I believe if you're found guilty of human trafficking, should be automatic death sentence.
Ooh,
automatic. Human trafficking, bro. What do you mean, goddamn?
I mean, yeah, you're undervaluing human life. You're taking someone's.
What do you mean
away.
you don't know about that? Kids get involved in human trafficking, bro.
I guess I look at it something like me close to home, right? There's people that are coyotes that do human trafficking, but they call it human trafficking, but they're really getting people here.
Well, they're providing a service.
No. Fuck that. No, that's No, we're talking about human trafficking. Yeah. People who are sold into sex.
It is a whole industry, but I don't.
We're talking about totally different things.
Okay, human trafficking sold into
sex. It falls under the same umbrella, but it's nuanced. It's more nuanced.
Human trafficking. A branch,
so those people,
and then you got all these other branches that can branch off of human trafficking. But
I don't
human
follow.
Trafficking ain't always a bad thing.
Oh,
I'm saying,
are you fucking for real?
Bro, if people can't
tell me one positive about human trafficking, and I'll drop it.
I'll tell you. People can't get here because it takes money to get here, right?
Okay, but that's not human trafficking.
Oh no, it takes networks to get here.
It takes networks to get here.
So you're saying there is a network in place.
If you're talking about getting people into the country, okay, that's different.
That's human trafficking.
No, it's not.
How is it not?
Moving people like through coyotes, they are paying for that service.
But they're considered human traffickers.
They're not. But what I'm saying, human trafficking are people who are sent to sex rings.
No, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying in this instance. This is what I'm referring to.
In this thing,
I'm saying I'm referring to the people who get caught with these people who are going to sex rings. They need to be put to death. Okay, I'm not talking about people transporting others.
Well, you just said human trafficking, so I had to...
Okay, but there's a distinction between human trafficking and people moving people across a border.
Well, it's considered the same category, though.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true or not. Is that true?
What was that? I was reading.
He's saying that people.
Well, he said human trafficking, like with the sex thing and all that. Right?
Yeah, taking
people, right? That's human trafficking. But people that are driving people across the border to get them to somewhere else, there's considered human trafficking too, right?
For sure, there's
I don't know if that's true, but
I'm not a lawyer, but there's different statutes that apply to different things.
But I'm talking about the ones that are forcibly taking people.
Cost of goods in exchange for me,
and I'm not talking about that.
Then that.
It does, but a transaction doesn't.
Human trafficking.
Okay, but get off of the whole thing. I'm saying people who are taking people against their will and forcing them into sex rings. If they get caught, they should get the death penalty. I'm not referring to the people who are moving people across the border who are
category in human trafficking, but it all is.
Okay, you want to be specific? I guess.
Yes, that's something. I just want people to get confused with because human trafficking could be, used for as a.
We'll verify that, but.
Like I said, in this complaint from Rodney Jones, there are pictures, and in the pictures there are underage girls that are presumed to be sex workers.
Yeah.
And there's pictures of him kissing them, not necessarily actually having sex and stuff like that. But
it's
it's
not a good look.
It's not a good look, And the thing about you mentioned the Tupac thing, there's a lot of podcasts out there that are kind of capitalizing on the moment and trying to tie everything together very loosely.
Yeah.
Look, the streets know what the streets know, and people can read in between the lines, but the court system will provide some answers for sure. But I find this shit fascinating.
Not only though, you're talking about a 40-year-old case,
Well, yeah.
Jesus.
Right.
At the end of the day, that shit sailed.
It has, but
but people can still be held accountable.
Conclusion.
Well, yeah, because you don't want the people to think, oh, solved case, But 40 years, you can figure it out in the first 10 to 20.
Yeah.
If they were trying to accuse me from something I did 40 years ago.
Well, that's why I brought up the statutes. There's statutes of limitations for things.
I don't even remember what I did 40 years ago. You know,
That doesn't mean you can walk free.
There's and the thing that people don't realize is that every state has
They have their own.
particular laws that override statutes of limitations
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a lawyer. I just know shit.
All right. Well, let's finish off. I got a couple questions for us. Although I don't know, man. I think we know the answer to this first question already. All right.
Hit it.
So
Question time.
this is for all of us. We all have to answer. Okay. So for the first question is, who is more likely to fall for a conspiracy theory? And
Oh hell!
so we'll go around.
Like in this group,
And just us three.
or just in? Oh,
Just us three. Omi, you can kick it off.
I'm definitely entertained by conspiracy theories because they're very
Yeah.
creative, and they do make you think about other things and maybe fall down a rabbit hole like in Wikipedia or Google or whatever, and you'll learn some shit about like certain structures out there that are like more nefarious than we think. Now, if I'm gonna say who's more willing to entertain the conspiracy theory, is my boy Dave.
oh yeah.
He already proved that today, so I'm gonna go Dave too. All right, Dave, but you get a chance to answer it.
Wow. Well, I appreciate the award, boys. Nah, bro. I think what y'all don't understand is conspiracy theories have been around for years.
Yeah, of course.
There is so many unsolved things in this world.
Is there a
that-
conspiracy theory that you really,
Yeah.
really believe in?
No, I don't know because I read it and move on. You know, I don't go down the rabbit hole.
Okay, well, tell us who you
Okay.
think is more likely of us three.
Well, I think, to be honest, y'all both catch on to it too. I think y'all both do. But if I had to say, I'd say Biza.
Me? Okay, I'll take that one. Fair enough.
Because you start getting into
Theo Bond.
You start getting into the little minutia of all the little.
Is Theo
things.
Bond conspiracy
You-
theory like?
No, not really.
He just makes fun of it.
Yeah, you got into the minutia today. You were mad
The
because
minutia.
I use an umbrella term.
I
You were
love
mad
that.
because I use an umbrella term. All right. So next question: who is more likely to join a cult from us three? Now,
Oh.
if you ask me who's more likely to be the leader of a cult, it's hands down Dave.
Oh.
But
He has the charisma, man.
But
The Riz.
but more likely to join a cult, I'll kick it off first. I'm gonna go with Omi. Okay, Omi's gonna join a cult, and I'm not saying it's good or bad. It could be whatever cult he wants to be in, but I'm saying Omi will be in a cult before all of us.
A cold, yeah. And I mean, I'm very passionate about shit. So if I buy into an idea,
And easily influenced. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah, man, I went to Diddy's party that one time. Nah, I'm fucking around. But yeah, I mean, I can see that. I buy into a lot of stuff that maybe other people don't see.
And you go deep into it.
I go deep into it, man.
In order to be a part of a cult, you have to have 5 or 6 examples in front of you that are believing in the same thing.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like, okay, fuck.
I will say this: if my brothers were to like try to tell me about something, I would listen, and I would like really consider it because of the source,
And
right?
because they're people that you trust and
and look
and
up
love.
to,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. So you picked
Don't
yourself
be
too.
joining no fucking cults.
So you picked
y'all.
yourself too.
No, okay. For a cult, yeah, I guess I will. I'll take this. I'll take this award.
All right. And Dave, who you picking?
I don't know. I mean, you're kind of like, you just talked about your part Banshee and
And Mormon and Jewish.
Mormon. And
I'm not a part of cults. I just got cult blood in me.
I think you're.
You consider
you
those
can be an-
religious cults?
No, well, maybe more.
I feel
but-
like you can definitely
Shout
be
out
an
to moments.
evangelist. Like,
Okay, I could be an evangelist. I could actually see that.
yeah,
I'll be the darkest one in the room, but I'll be the loudest one in the room.
yeah.
All right.
You'll be brother love.
So I pick Omi. Omi picks himself. Dave picks me. So we all have our own award yet.
there we go.
Last one. Who is more likely to fall for a pyramid scheme of us three?
Oh, cue the video.
I already got proof. So you know who I'm saying.
Hey Harvey, I need my money.
Harvey, where's my money? Pinche Bitcoin.
And if you guys don't know, DL got hacked.
What was the currency or the crypto?
$4,000 or something.
No. But what type was it?
It
What
was
called?
like Bitcoin or some shit.
FX.
No, it was true U.S. money, but it was like investing in the stock thing.
Yeah.
It was true money, but it was like stock. But bro, it's funny because we laugh about it. It did happen to me. I got fucking scammed. But
Tell him you got convinced to
no,
record a
but the
video.
convincing part
What was it?
that
Yeah.
I had somebody else in my friends doing the video too, and
Oh, they
them
had already
talking.
got.
So you,
They
yeah,
had got fucked too.
Yeah.
fuck. You
So
gotta
for
trust the
like-
source. You gotta check the source next
For
time.
about like 6 months,
real.
like there was people getting hacked that in that circle because everybody was like, "Oh fuck, well David's saying it,"
Yeah,
Right.
you know. So I got fucked. That was a good one though. I give him. props
it
on
was
that.
good, all right.
It was a good one. It definitely fucked me.
So who are you picking?
For what?
You pick yourself
To fall for
to fall for a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I think I can fall for sure. But I'm also the one because I'm also the one that risked it too.
Yeah, you are.
Well, yeah,
you are.
you would be the one to have the capital to like say, "I'm gonna flip this."
Fuck it,
real
I
quick.
can do it. I can
I
do
have
it.
disposable income right here. I can
No,
make a
capital or
flip.
no capital, I would be. I still like, hey, you pitch me something, and
But I think it's
fuck it, I'm
interesting.
like, hey, let's do it.
I think it's interesting that Dave can not only lead a cult, but he could fall for a pyramid scheme.
He might be running the scheme.
Yeah, and he'll fall for it himself. He'll start to believe it. All right, Omi, who's your pick?
For a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, who's falling for
Falling for it. You know what?
Bitch, just say me. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be PC. Yeah, it is you.
it? All right.
Don't be
All right.
bringing that shit back, boy.
All right, guys, that was a good one. You got a little taste of a argument, nothing crazy. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok. Follow us on Facebook. Check
Twitter.
out the podcast. Twitter. Are we on Twitter?
We're on Twitter, baby.
Oh yeah. X. Follow us on X. But make sure you guys just check it out. Listen. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, and
And one
we'll be
last thing.
posting. Yeah. One more thing.
One more thing. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. Like, give us,
Yeah.
pitch us some topics.
Yeah.
We'll chop it down. Obviously, y'all, we're not here to fucking educate y'all like 100%.
This is
We're
just what we
dropping
do.
we're dropping some inklings, and then y'all got to take it down to a rabbit hole, man.
Yeah. Do your own research. And Dave, you got anything?
Follow the cult.
Glean Clean, baby. That's a new cult coming out.
Gleam Clean, Intermission EP5.